Breaking news. 3 students by the names of Klein Becker, Drew Gardner, and Brady Woolston have been accused of having a severe lack of knowledge in government. The prosecutor believes that these students are unable to comprehend basic and fundamental principles in government. While these students, along with their defense attorney, will fight to show that by taking Mrs. Webster Payne's dual credit government class, they are well acclimated to politics and U.S. government.
Order, order. The court is now in session. The case of the student of knowledge versus student who didn't understand DC Government 2305 until senior year will now be heard. Prosecutor, your opening statement.
Your Honor, the defendant was once a danger to civic understanding now. Now listen here. They did not know civil topics in DC Government 2305, such as federalism, gerrymandering, and even political polarization. Who doesn't know that? Like what? And separation of powers, can't forget that one. The defendant thought that gerrymandering was a dance move for crying out loud. Can you believe that?
Well, there's one thing you're not taking into consideration here. This student completed Government 2305. They studied political participation, interest groups, amendments, polarization, gerrymandering, voter suppression, and way much more. We intend to prove that this student is now, dare I say, politically competent. Go.
Would you please be so kind and bring in your first witness? Greetings and salutations. My name is Edward Dingleberry with a D, and I am a Republican congressman from Alabama, District 4, and I will be the first witness of this trial.
Congressman Dingleberry, what was the student's understanding of you before this class?
Oh, they thought that Congress was just a bunch of people yelling at each other. No clue about bicameralism, committees, or how the bill actually becomes law.
And what about after Government 2305?
Finally understood things like public opinion, interest groups, how polarization slows everything down, and civil liberties.
Well, did they learn why polarization makes compromise nearly impossible?
Oh yes, they saw that ideological sorting basically throws the whole concept of compromise and resolution out the window. Thank you for your time in this courtroom. I'm Edward Dingleberry with a D. Thank you, Mr. Dingleberry. May the next witness please come in.
My name is Winston Higgins. I'm the president. I will be the second witness of this trial.
President Higgins, how did students see your job before taking DC Government 2305?
I controlled everything. Congress, the courts, the economy, the weather. It took Ms. WP to teach them that my powers are checked constantly.
And they learned the difference between formal and informal powers, correct?
Yes, they learned that I can influence legislation, but I can't magically make it appear. They learned about my role in foreign policy, executive orders, and why approval ratings matter.
Thank you, Mr. President Higgins, for your time. You may now exit the courtroom.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Next witness, you may now enter the courtroom.
Hello, I will be the third witness of this trial. My name is Zachariah Wainwright, and I am a Supreme Court Justice. Supreme Court Justice Wainwright, what was misunderstood here? They thought only dealt with criminals, thugs, gangsters, and mafia members. They had no understanding of judicial review, constitutional interpretation, or how landmark cases shape civil liberties and civil rights.
And what about amendments? Can you specify what amendments they learned about?
They earned a whole lot thanks to Ms. WP. They learned about the First Amendment, which specifies the freedom of speech and religion. The Fourth Amendment, which does not allow search and seizures. They learned about the Fifth Amendment, which does not allow you to self-incriminate yourself. And also they learned about the 14th Amendment, which allows every natural-born U.S. citizen the right of citizenship. And that's it. And they finally understood the difference between civil rights and civil liberties, because apparently those two phrases confuse half the country.
Supreme Court Justice Wainwright, thank you for your time. You may now exit the courtroom.
Thank you, Judge.
The witness 4 now into the courtroom.
Hello, my My name is Bradford Payne, and I will be the fourth witness of this trial. I'm a news anchor for Sunnyvale Media. Before Government 2305, this kid thought all news was the same. No idea about framing, priming, or agenda setting. Thought biased news only existed on one side. And what exactly did they learn from Miss WP's teachings? That information is shaped, not just delivered. Headlines guide perception, algorithms feed polarization, and social media doesn't equal truth. Things like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook only source political news, but that doesn't make them reliable.
Thank you, Mr. Bradford Payne. You may now exit the courtroom.
Thank you, Judge.
Now, will the fifth witness please enter the courtroom?
Hello, my name is Sus Ramirez, and I am part of an interest group that advocates for blue-collar workplace safety, and I will be the fifth witness of this trial.
So, Seuss, what did Ms. WP teach these students about interest groups?
Oh, they figured out I'm not some shady villain in a movie. I represent people with shared concerns, business groups, environmental groups, civil rights groups, and all other kinds of organizations.
Can you specify what Ms. WP taught about, like the different strategies that interest groups use?
Lobbying, litigation, and mobilizing voters. We influence policy, we don't make it.
Mr. Ramirez, you may now exit the courtroom.
Thank you for your time.
All three defendants, please rise in the courtroom.
Defendants, how has Government 2305, taught by Ms. WP, shaped y'all's future?
Well, I learned how voting rules differ by state and how voter suppression, closing polling places, strict law IDs, and purging polls affects turnout. And can y'all specify a little bit about what y'all learned about gerrymandering?
Oh, I'm mad about that one. They showed me how the district lines can be drawn to dilute votes. Cracking, packing, all the fun vocabulary words that ruin democracy.
I also understand how federalism splits power between states and the national government, why turnout among young voters matters, and also how campaigns use data to target us. Yes, the students did learn about polarization, civil rights, amendments, interest groups, and voter suppression, but does that really mean they're innocent?
These students here didn't just memorize facts. They learned how government works. They learned about why polarization makes compromise rare. They learned why gerrymandering shapes elections, how the amendments protect their liberties, how interest groups influence legislation, and how voter suppression affects participation.
Now to the judge for the verdict.
After reviewing the testimony, this court declares the students not guilty of civic ignorance and officially certified in Government 2305 literacy. Court dismissed.
Being taught by Ms. WP in Government 2305 taught us how American politics really works. The good, the bad, and the complicated.
I learned how to question information, understand institutions, recognize political strategies, and participate responsibly.
This class didn't just make me a better student, it made me a better citizen.
Now the students have some thanks they would like to give to Mrs. WP for increasing their knowledge on U.S. government.
Thank you, Ms. WP. I just want to say that we're thankful to have you as a teacher. I'm thankful for all that you've taught me this year, and I can't wait to take AP Economics next year.
Thank you, Ms. WP. I really did enjoy your class this year. I felt like I learned a lot, and I'm glad I had you this year.
I also want to say thank you, Ms. WP. You've helped me become a better citizen, American, and now I'm going to be able to participate in our government thanks to your class.
Very true, very true.
Thank you, Ms. WP.
Thank you, Ms. WP.